All right, thanks everyone for taking your time to join this session tonight. I'll start with introduction by introducing myself, tell you a bit about the company, share a few slides with you, then hand over to the facilitator that will take you on the journey if you are to be joining us. And finally, we'll open the line for Q&A. So if you have any questions, please just bear with us. Wait till the end of the session to ask your question. You can raise your hand if you want to ask a question, or you can as well drop your questions on the chat. We'll be attending to every one of them at the end of the session. All right. No San, Diogo. Please, let's just redo the sound check. If you can hear me, please type 1 on the chat. If you can hear me loud and clear, please type 1 on the chat. All right, so those experiencing issues, if you can log out and log back in, although you can't hear me anyway, so there's no way you can you can hear the information. All right, so everything is good from my own side here. That is perfect. All right. Without further ado, let me start by introducing myself. My name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. Learn with Pride is an IT training organization based in the UK, and our main focus is to assist and to help people that wants to transition from a non-IT background or a non-technical background into the IT space. So we run different IT practical trainings, like 8 different ones, ranging from project management to business analysis, data analysis, database administrator, software testing, product management, just to name a few. But you can see a complete list of all our courses on our website. If you go to www.learnwithpride.co.uk. All right. So that is my name. About the company, the company has been going strong for over 4 years now, and over that 4 years, over 20,000 students has passed through this academy. As I said earlier on, we are set out to assist as many people as possible that we can assist. That is why when I talk more about our program, especially this data analysis, you understand more about what I'm talking about. But we'll get there soon. Anyway, about myself. So I transitioned as well. I transitioned from an accounting background. So my background has been is an accounting. I've got even masters in accounting. But 1 second, I'm just trying to attend to people. Yeah, so as I was saying, my background was in accounting, but I was bored and tired of what I was doing at the time. And I needed a change badly. Please 1 second, I need water. Sorry about that. My throat seems to be dry. So I needed a change badly, and the first course or training I stumbled upon was software automation testing. This is me coming from a non-IT background, non-technical background, no idea about IT at all. But as I said, I was tired of what I was doing. I was doing all sorts of odd jobs. So I needed a change badly, you know. And I embarked on that journey. It was a 3-month journey. But before I embarked on the journey, I asked a question. Can someone with no technical background or no technical knowledge embark on this journey? Not only embark on the journey, at the end of the day, I'm able to, you know, start applying for a job, and eventually I secure one. And the guy replied with determination, there's nothing impossible. So I registered, I enrolled. While I enrolled, I told myself that, you know what, I know nothing about this journey. I know it's not going to be easy, but I'm ready to give it my all. I'm ready to do everything to ensure that in my class or in my cohort, I happen to be the best. And that happened. Everyone was coming to me. Not that it was easy for me, but I was using people as a guinea pig. When they come to me, I'll go and research about that issues and come back to them with a solution. By so doing, I was equipping myself stronger and better. To cut the whole long story short, after I finished with that particular program, I started applying for a job and I was getting interviews back to back. 2 weeks after I finished, I secured my very first role as a senior software automation engineer. This was someone who has no background in IT. This was someone who has no knowledge about IT, you know. And that is what I tell my students, with great determination, you know, you can achieve whatever you set to achieve. There's nothing impossible for you to achieve. And the good thing is, IT now, it doesn't matter what you studied in school. It doesn't matter what you've been doing for the last 10, 15 years. What matters the most on the journey is your commitment, your determination. you know you, you have that fire in you. You are hungry for a change. If you can have that with the support of the training institute that you want to enroll with, you can move mountain, you can accomplish and achieve your dream goals as well. But why are people moving to IT? Why the rush to IT? Why the buzz in IT? It was before that. It's oil and gas. When you are looking for where to get, more money, national cake, the people will tell you, "Oh, go and work with oil and gas." But now, many people are turning to tech. Why is that? Everything, even before COVID, but COVID just brought more light, to it. Tech, I'll say, is the only career path that you don't have to go back to uni and study because you want to become a business analyst or a data analyst and, study for another 2, 3, 4 years at the uni. No. That is why we have all these masterclass, that you can embark on. And at the end of the program, if you commit your sweat into the process, you can be in a position whereby you can start applying for jobs. Why again are people, transitioning as well? Is because it gives you that family work balance. Compared to other professions, let's take, for example, a doctor or a nurse, they need to physically go into work. There's no way, they can say they want to work remotely, you know. Meanwhile, their kids might not get to see them, till weekend, because before the kids wake up, before the children wakes up, they are off to work. Before they come back from work, they are already sleeping. So the children doesn't get to see the parent till weekend. That is not healthy. They might be making the money, but what about the other lapses that is creating? Also, you can work after you acquire the right skills and knowledge. This is another beautiful thing about it. You don't have to leave the shores of Nigeria before you start applying, for remote jobs. With your knowledge that you gained, right, you can start, you can leverage on other countries, meaning you can still be in Nigeria, you can still be in Ghana, you can still be in South Africa, and you can start applying for remote jobs. Right. And why are people, or why are foreign companies looking for people like you and I to work for them as well? They want to save. Every organization wants to save. Imagine a company in the US that is looking to hire someone at the rate of $500 a day. But at the same time, they want to save. They know they can equally get someone good, maybe if they go to Asia or Africa at a cheaper rate. So they now reach out to someone from Africa and they are willing to offer $150 a day, for that role from $500. They are saving $350. They are paying you $150. If you should convert that $150 in Nigerian currency at the moment, I'm sure that is over 200,000 naira. per day that you are getting. So now multiply that 200,000 naira times 20 days. That is still a lot of money. So it's a win-win for both parties. The foreign companies are saving, at the same time you are getting your money as well. Despite the fact that they are not paying the actual amount that they're supposed to be paying for that role. But based on the currency, you are still getting a lot of money as well. So those are some of the reasons why people are now considering, you know what, I need to transition, because you might not be given American visa, you might not be given UK visa, you might not be given Schengen visa, but that doesn't mean from the comfort of your home, wherever you are, you cannot work remotely. All that is required, to make that happen is your knowledge on the job, right? So, and nowadays, data analyst role is one of the most, there are so many jobs when it comes to data analyst role. Imagine you are now leveraging on the whole world. You are not restricted to a certain part of the world or your own country alone. You can apply anywhere. So the sky, after you acquire the right skills and knowledge, is just the beginning. It is just the beginning. So that is why, that is just a brief of, why people are moving to tech. Family life balance, it gives them opportunity to be able to work remotely. You can start earning in foreign currency as well. And you can work from the comfort of your home as long as you have a laptop, as long as you have a good Wi-Fi. That is the key things that you need to make it happen. All right, so we are here tonight to explore why you should choose the career path of a data analyst, the benefits, the advantages, and all of that. So I've got a few slides I need to share with you before I pass it on to Itwen, who will be the facilitator for the journey, to tell you more about the process and the journey. All right. So I'm going to be using UK as a point of reference because that is where we are, although we have students all around the world. But using UK as our benchmark, if you are considering a permanent role in the UK as a data analyst, you'll be looking around 55, 60, 65,000. And bear in mind, the average salary of 60% of people living in the UK ranges from 18,000 naira, I said it, 18,000 pounds to 35,000 pounds. That's what 60% gets, between 18,000 and 35,000. And you, after completing a 5-month program, you can compete for roles from like 45, 50, 55, 60,000. That is, you are even outside the bracket of 60,000, of the 60% getting between 18,000 and 35,000 pounds. That is possible because I'm a living testament to that as well. Many people will query that, how can you embark on a 5-month journey, 3-month journey, and at the end of the day, you are able to secure a role or even compete with people who has been doing it for many years. It is possible, it is doable, and it is achievable. And I'll tell you how. If you are truly ready for the journey, right? If you really know that, oh, after 5 months, I want to be in a position whereby I want to start applying for a job. That means you are ready to give your all. The moment you sign up or you enroll with us, is like you signing a partnership agreement with us, which is a 50-50 partnership agreement. How do I mean? We as a training company, we are going to provide you with everything you need to succeed on the journey. We are going to provide you with a platform, equip you with the right skills and knowledge, mentor you, support you, give you everything at your disposal that you need to succeed on the journey. And you, on the other end as well, you need to go above and beyond what has been covered in class. What do I mean? For example, the training days, the training runs twice a week. But that doesn't mean your own journey has to be restricted to twice a week. No, your own journey has to be an everyday journey for the duration of the program. Because at the end of the program, you want to be able to be in a position you can compete with those who has been doing it for the last 2, 3 years. If you can commit your time, if you can sacrifice Nollywood, sacrifice going for parties, sacrifice certain things that you do with your time that is not really valuable at the end of the day. If you can sacrifice those things for the duration of the program, you'll be shocked, you'll be surprised where you are going to see yourself after that program. You'll be you'll be shocked with the amount of knowledge that you now, that you'll be shocked with what you now know when it comes to a data analyst role. If you can do that, sacrifice your time every single day, even if it's 2 hours every single day, doing something as regards the journey, you know. So if you can achieve your own 50%, we can achieve our own 50%. That is 100%. That means you stand a very, very good chance of getting your desired role. People getting the jobs, they don't have two heads. The only difference is, what are they doing differently? How many hours are they committing into this process? You cannot say after the 2 days training in a week, you are done and you didn't do anything as regards reading about data analysis or anything, any task until the following week again. It will never work that way. It can never work. That is why you need to commit your time into the process. Another thing is, if you are lucky, you can apply for a sponsorship role from any part of the world as well. If you are good enough, the company that wants you, you know, can put in for a sponsorship visa for you as well. But this one is not, as I said, you don't need to leave the shores of your country before you start earning in foreign currency. I have someone that told me that, you know what, I don't think I can leave Nigeria. I said, why? Because he said, I'm getting my money. I can go and just for holiday, but I don't think I can live anywhere else because I'm making my money in this country. That is the same country that many will complain that there's no job. People complaining that there is no job is because they are still looking within their own country for work. Yes, there might not be enough work within the country, but do you have what it takes? Do you have additional skills that you can leverage on to look for job elsewhere in another country? That is why we are on this session tonight. Right. All right, let's move on. I've made mention about this earlier on. Why data analyst? You can work remotely from anywhere in the world. Location is no longer a barrier. I don't have a visa is no longer a barrier. No. All that is required is your knowledge, your know-how, and your ability to demonstrate that you can do the job. That is the only thing that is required. And it's in high demand. It's in high demand to the extent that some people are doing 2, 3 jobs. By the time you know your onions, you can control your working hours. You know? So many people, over here doing 2, 3 jobs, they are earning 6 figures, you know, 6 good figures. So why not you? You can be that someone as well. But before you can be that someone, you need to unlearn and relearn new things. That old thing that you need to unlearn them, and, and you need to acquire more skills, more knowledge. And you'll be shocked that you might be the one, giving the testimony of how you were able to change the job as well. All right, let's move on. So if you are to join our program, what is the roadmap? What is the training structure? Right, let's go through that quickly. All right. So the first one is the training. So the training is a 5-month practical training. It's a 5-month practical training that will expose you to 5 industry standard tools. We believe in the saying that what is worth doing at all is worth doing well. That is what we believe in. Now tell me, when you are exposed to 5 industry standard tools, which are Tableau, Power BI, SQL, Excel, and Python, tell me, and you master all these 5 tools. Now tell me how you won't be able to secure a role at the end of the program. Because there's no way, I'm not saying the company you'll be working for will be using all these 5 tools. No, but you stand a better chance when you know them all. Is it that they are using Excel where you are working, or they are using Power BI? At least they'll be using one of the tools. And you have the knowledge of 5 different tools you can capitalize on. That is why our training is not a 2 weeks training or 1 month training by rushing you. No. That is why our training is a 5-month standard training. Each month would focus on a particular tool. And as you are at the end of that, at the end of that month or finishing that tool, you undertake a project as well based on the tool that you just completed. Meaning, if you are to do your own bit at the end of the program, at the end of the 5-month program, you'll be able to showcase 5 different projects in your portfolios to recruiters. It can't get any better. And also, this is how confident I am regarding what we offer. I've never seen anywhere else that they will expose you to all these 5 tools at a go. And for the price that we are offering it out, I've never seen. So for those who has done their due diligence, you really know the value of what we are presenting to you tonight. At the bottom of that screen, it says certificates alone cannot get you the job. You need hands-on practical experience to get the job. When you start going for interviews, you can't be quoting what you read online to them. You need to demonstrate what you've done and how you've done it to the recruiter before you can convince them that, yes, truly, truly, I know what I'm talking, I know what I'm doing, I know my onions, right? And that is what we are here for, to prepare you, to equip you with all this knowledge, to support you on the journey as well, as long as you are ready to commit your all into the journey. We are here for you as well, because at the end of the day, your success is also our success at the end of the day. If you are able to get a role at the end of the day, that is, someone from somewhere will ask you, how did you do it? And you'll be able to tell them, oh, I did my practical training from Learn with Pride, That is what we want, but that is what we want, All right, let's move on. So after the project, now remember, you've done the training. You've been exposed to project as well. Now you can confidently say, you know what, I'm a data analyst, because there is no tool they present onto me out of these 5 tools that I won't be able to use to transform data, to do all kind of things to data that is being presented to you. So yes, you can call yourself a data analyst, but you now realize that despite all this knowledge, you are not getting calls. Recruiters are not reaching out to you. You'll be wondering what is going on. It is because you are not visible in the market. That is why optimization of your brand is as equally as important as the training itself and the project as well. They all go together. So for everything to work out well, especially if you are applying for, international roles, you need to revamp your CV to international standards as well. Also, platform like LinkedIn, you have to be on there as well, because LinkedIn has become one of the most popular, platform that recruiters now go to add on to look for qualified candidates. You need to be there as well. So all things being equal, you've done everything right. You'll be shocked and surprised what will happen next. recruiters will be reaching out to you. Why? Because they can see you online. And remember, you've uploaded your CV that you've revamped on different platforms as well. So you'll be getting calls. Oh, we saw your CV on so platform. Are you still in the market? Are you still looking for a job? Or we came across your profile on LinkedIn. We just want to reach out if you are still in the market and available for a quick call. That is what you want to be getting. And as long as you are getting those calls, you can be rest assured that interview is around the corner. Achime, just leave the hand on like that. We are going to take all questions at the end of the session, right? Just leave the hand on. I'll call you at the end of the session if you have any question to ask. So you get in different calls, you can be rest assured that, interview is around the corner. And this is another. It's from your side. Sorry, let me quickly. Admin, can you respond to Achime, please? Everyone else can hear me, so let him know that he should log out and log back in. So admin, can you respond back to that message? Thanks. Yeah. So this is another important stage that we assist with as well, interview preparation. Why on this point, let me just make mention other benefits attached to enrolling with Learn with Pride. Number one, you get the practical training. Number two, you get to work on projects. Number three, you get the mentorship. Number four, you get the support. Number five, you get interview preparation. Number six, you get a CPD accredited certificate that is recognized in over 60 countries. In UK, Canada, Australia, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, the certificate is recognized in over 60 countries. And finally, we give you a work reference for the duration that you are with us, so that when you start applying for a job, you can use us as a reference that you've worked with us because you'll be working on a project with us as well. It can't get any better. And the good thing as well is we are trying to build a community here. What do I mean? After your program with us, you secure the job, you are stuck on the role, you reach out to your facilitator, is busy, and you needed an answer urgently. Where do you go to? That is why you need like-minded people. And we have this community that is full of like-minded people. It comprises those that are already working, those still looking for a job, those already gone through the training and all of that. So there is no way you can post any issue you are having on that platform and you won't have someone to respond back to you with a solution. Another good thing we do as well is we call it a career motivation. Aside your training days, twice every month, on Sunday, twice in a month, we hold this session whereby we bring ex-student, who has secured a role to come and share their experience, how they did it. We look at tools, different tools. We look at, we bring professionals on board to come and, we learn from each other, because whether you like it or not, information is key. Information is power. Those that have been attending interviews, we bring them on board to come and share their experience. What sort of questions are they asking them, and what sort of answers are they giving as well? So there's no way you can attend that session that you will not gain at least something out of that session. And we hold that one twice every month as well. So we have every plan in place. We have the structure to ensure that all our students get more than the value, of the money they paid for the training. Right. All right. So that is, so when you have an interview, we prepare you for that interview to ensure that you go in for that interview with confidence and to ace that interview. So we support you with that as well. All right. Company starts. So as I said, since 2020 to date, over 20,000 students has enrolled on this journey. This is a breakdown of our courses last year, half of last year. It needs to be updated. How many people enrolled for a particular course as at then. And in general, 85% of students are currently working. 50% in public sector, 35% in private sector, and 15% are job ready as well. If you want to read more about, if you want to see feedbacks, read more about us, you can just go online. You can go on Trustpilot and see the feedbacks. You can go on our Instagram page and read different testimonies as well. And also on our website, you can check that out as well. All right, let's move on. So this job I got online, the first on the left is paying between 60 and 80,000, right? It's a permanent role. The other one is paying between 45 and 55,000. These are the things that you can do after you are done with the training. So you can see there is no way they will be using one of the tools that you'll be using on the training. You can see this one is using Power BI, SQL. Remember, I told you you'll be exposed to 5 tools: Tableau, Power BI, SQL, Excel, Python. So there is no how for those who are really ready for the journey, who are really ready to make that change. There is no how you won't be able to get a role at the end of the day. If you do your own 50%, there is no how. Because you'll be well equipped and you'll be able to stand on your own. That is how we want to equip you. This other one is paying 45,000 per year, and the one on the right is paying between 60 and 80,000 as well. And the last one is paying 50,000 per year. So that is just a job sample that I go online. Again, location doesn't matter. And it's equally well paid around the world. And remember, I think one of the key points is after you acquire these skills, regardless of your country, you can apply anywhere around the globe. Just imagine how many countries that you can leverage on just because of the new knowledge you just acquired. So that means you'll be out, or you'll be deducted from those majority that always complain that, oh, there is no job, there's hardship. Why? Because you've wisen up, you've learned new skills, and your new skills is fetching you money. That is where you want to be, and that is for those who are ready for the journey. We are going to take you there as well. All right, so let's look at the most important aspect now, which is the pricing. How much is this 5 months training? How much is it going for? Right, so the actual price is £799. In Naira, that is 900,000 Naira in Naira. Right, that is the actual cost for the training. Just before I forget, the next cohort will be starting on the 15th of this month. Right, that is when the next cohort will be starting, and we only have 10 slots available for that cohort starting on the 15th. All right, but we have 3 different discount categories that we want to give out for those who are really ready to join the journey. If you want to enroll, as I said, the next cohort is starting on the 15th. If you want to enroll, if you want to wait till like 14th or 13th before you enroll, you can get 30% discount, right? But there's no guarantee that there will still be a slot come the 14th or 13th, right? But you can get 30% discount if you want to wait that long before you enroll, right? So that means after 30% discount, you'll be paying 560 in pounds or 630,000 naira. But you can pay twice. Half payment is required to start, and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started. That is the first category of discount. For those that wants to wait till last minute before they enroll, you can get 30% discount, right? The second one is 50% discount. So for anyone enrolling on or before the 8th of this month, you get 50% discount, meaning you only pay £399 if you are paying in pounds, or you only pay 450,000 naira if you are paying in naira. Again, you can pay twice. You can start with half payment, and the other half you can pay within 6 to 8 weeks. The final discount that we are giving tonight is 60% discount, and that is only valid for 24 hours. The 60% discount is only valid for 24 hours, meaning if you want to enroll between now, and tomorrow night, 24 hours, you can get 60% discount. The only condition for that is the payment is only once if you are taking advantage of the 60% discount. So meaning if you are getting 60% discount, the amount to pay in pounds is £320. And in naira, you are only paying 360,000 naira for the 5 month duration. There is no hidden fee anywhere. There is no hidden fee. One thing about us is what you see is what you get. We don't promise what we cannot deliver. So for those that really knows the value, for those who has called other training organizations to inquire, you really know what we are, the benefit or the advantage of our own package. It's a 5 month that will expose you to 5 different industry standard tools. You can get 30% discount, 50% discount, 60% discount, depending on which one you want to go for. Again, we only have 10 slots. For enrollment, if you want to enroll, the number on your screen is the best number to call or to message on WhatsApp. Let me go to a more. All right. So the number on your screen, the WhatsApp number on your screen is the best number for you to message if you want to enroll or if you have any questions that you want to ask after the session tonight. The number on your screen, the WhatsApp number on your screen will be the best number for you to contact. All right. So you can take a screenshot of that number. You can save it on your phone, but you are going to be needing that number if you want to take advantage of what we have in stock for you. For now, I'm going to be pausing, and I'm going to be inviting Itwin, who is going to be the facilitator that will take you on the journey if you are to be enrolling on the journey. Just to shed more light into the journey, the benefits, the advantages of people that are transitioning to become a data analyst, what the future has got for them as well. So for now, I say thank you. Thank you for listening to me. I'll be back shortly. So for now, thanks. Over to you, Itwin.
Hello, good evening all.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, so Mr. Akin has said almost everything that most of the things that I would have loved to say, but I will still add a little to what he has said. Um, let me share my screen. Sorry, please. That's not what I wanted to share. showing issues with sharing my screen. Okay, all right. Okay, this one. Sorry, I'm still in transit, so I'm using my mobile device. Okay, can we all see my screen, please?
No.
Can we all see my screen? Can you see my screen now?
No.
No. I was supposed to see it. Can you see now? Can you see my screen now?
Nothing is showing.
Okay, let me go back. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Okay. Oh, you still can't see my screen?
No, nothing. You are not sharing.
Okay, you should be sharing now, right?
Still nothing.
Just a minute, please. My screen.
All right. While you try to fix that, let me play.
Okay.
Let me play a recorded one. Why?
Okay.
So you can just it's still you anyway. You can just stay online for questions. So 1 second, I'm going to share my screen back and I'm going to play this. 1 second.
All right. Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Itwen. My name is Ian Itwen. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear
Yes.
you. Yeah, just to confirm, if you can hear the video that is playing now, can you just type 1 on the chat so that I know that I think there's a technical problem going on. So I'm just going to play a recorded one. So if you can hear the video I just played now, just type 1. It's still the same person on the call that I wanted to share. All right, good. So let me just share that one.
Clearly.
Okay, please let me turn my video. Let me turn on my video. All right. Okay. Good evening once again.
So
Wow. So I'll be discussing on why you should consider a career in data analytics. I'll be very brief and concise as possible, as much as possible, so that we can have a question and answer session. Sorry, I want to bring up my slide. All of you, most of you in the classroom, will be discussing data analytics in details. But for the short period of time, I'm hoping that discuss this within the next 10 to 15 minutes. It's not much. Mr. Akin has done much of the work. He has done a lot. So why data analytics is the ideal course on career choice in 2024? There's a lot of stories about data analytics. So I'm going to discuss some of the reasons why you should consider data analytics as an ideal career choice in 2024. So I'll start with my introduction. Business have a significant demand for data analytics. There's a huge demand for data analytics role presently. It's not an exaggeration. Data shows that there's a huge demand, but the number of skilled data analytics are few. So this implies that even at starting roles in data analytics, it comes with a great compensation because of the high demand. You know, when there's high demand and there's value for it, when there's scarcity of supply and there's high demand. So even at a starting role, there's a high compensation for it. I'll move to the next slide, please. I'll try to be as fast as possible. So the table of contents. What is data analytics? So I've picked 5 key reasons why data analytics we should consider data analytics as a career. And I've also considered the 5 industry demand data analytics skills. So those are the few areas you're going to consider. So what is data analytics? Very simple. Data analytics is all about analyzing or putting together unstructured, unorganized data, cleaning it up, putting it together in a format that you can easily derive an insight and use that to advise the business leaders. Because there are a lot of data that are being generated every day. And it comes in various formats, different formats. So as a data analyst, you should be able to put the different data into a central storage, format it, put it in a format that you can easily derive an insight and advise the business leaders on the decision they should take that will improve the business performance and also return on investment. So there are 4 types of data analytics that you can use to answer business-related questions. We have descriptive, which answers the question, what happened? We have diagnostic, which answers the question, why this happened? So you're diagnosing the issue, why this happened. We have predictive, that talks about the future, what will happen in the future. And we have prescriptive, that talks about the action to be taken. So these 4 different data analyses are used to paint a picture of the story that data tells us and the details detail the next steps that the business leaders are supposed to take. So 5 reasons why data analytics is a career for 2024. Already we know that that data generation is on a high, it's increasing. The volume of data that is generated is on the increase. So when the volume of data that is generating is on the increase, that means the business analytics tool that is used for analyzing data, the demand for it is also increasing. So it is estimated that in 2025 that 181 zettabyte data will be generated. Please, are you with me? I hope I'm not too fast. Hello?
No,
Yeah,
you're
you
clear.
can continue.
Yeah, okay, please. I'm trying to see how fast I can possibly go through this so that we can go into the question and answer session. That's my major concern. So customer data has become the world's richest currency. That is what we all know, that data is the oil of the 21st century. Analytics is the combustion engine. So that is well known. Secondly, data analysts are in a high demand. I've already said that. So if you look at the salary and the progression of data analysts, Mr. King has already discussed on this. You can see that the average data analyst earn $74,342 yearly. That's the average salary that a data analyst earn in the US. And at entry level, you earn about $53,000 yearly. That's much. That's pretty much. So I've also broken this down. That the junior analyst earn from $53,000 to $58,000. Data analyst earn $75,000. Data analyst consultant earn $77,000. Senior data analyst earn $97,000. Data analytics manager earn $89,000. So this shows you it shows you the perspective. It shows you the perspective, how promising the career in data analytics is. So as you progress, as you gain more skill, as you advance in your skill, your earning power also increase. So your earning power is directly proportional to your skills and your experience. So there's never a time that you are stagnated. So if you look at the curve, it's on the increase. So as you acquire more experience, as you acquire more skills, as you become proficient in the uses of these different skills, your earning power also increases. So it's directly proportional to your skills and your experiences. So another thing is you can get started easily. So an ideal place to begin your career in data analytics is an online. I always tell people that an online is an ideal place to start. At Learn with Pride, you will delve into the basics of data application and programming tools like SQL and Python. So you also understand the flexibility of online classes. It offers you that flexibility, you know. So you are able to learn at the comfort of your zone, of your home, you know. So that's the advantage of an online learning, which is possible with data analytics. So the number 5 is you become a key decision maker. I always tell people that as a data analyst, you're not just there to solve problems for business leaders, but you solve problems for yourself. You're able to organize yourself. You're able to organize your life because you're dealing with data. You know, you can organize yourself such that you can organize yourself the same way you organize. You help companies to make meaningful decision, data-driven decisions. So you can also apply that to your personal life. So a data analyst is not just a key decision maker in somebody's organization. You can apply the same skill to your personal life. Okay. So these are the 5 skills that we are going to be considering in our training. We're going to be considering SQL, we're going to be considering Python, we're going to be considering Power BI, Tableau, and Excel. I think Mr. Akin has already discussed on this. So each of these skills are going to be, you're going to be given 1 month to each of these skills, and we are going to try as much as possible to be practical in our approach, in our learning approach. You know, we're not going to do much of theoretical work, though I will recommend some materials for you so that you can balance up with the practical aspects. So, but we're going to major more on projects. So I believe so much in practice because practice makes improvement. Your skills get improved on every project that you undertake. So it's going to be purely practical. So these are the 5 skills, data analytics skills that we are going to consider. And these are what is dominating the data analytics industry presently. So if you're good in SQL, if you're good in Python, if you're good in Tableau, if you're good in Excel, I think you can compete with anybody in the industry if you're good in all of this. But you don't have to be good in all of this, you know. But it's good that you're proficient in one of it. But if you have the knowledge of all of it, that's an advantage. Okay. Are you with me, please? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we are. Remember, others cannot unmute their mic until I give them the opportunity to do so. So maybe you can just use 1 or 2 to get response back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the whole idea is that the reason why, the reason why we are putting these 5 different analytics skills is because we have looked into the industry demands and we have discovered that these are the key analytics skills that are required in the industry presently. Not that not that we don't have other applications. We have like ClickView, we have like Google Data Studio, but these are the ones dominating the industry presently. So if you're good in Power BI, I think you stand a chance of getting a good job. If you're good in Python, I think you stand a chance of getting a good job. If you're good in Tableau, I think you stand a chance of getting a good job. So if you're good in Tableau, if you're good in Python, if you're good in Power BI, and if you're good in SQL, I think you stand a chance of getting job in any industry that you're looking that is of interest to you. So we'll be considering each of these skills extensively, but we'll be measuring on the project. I think Mr. Akin has discussed on that. So there's a lot you stand to gain with a career in data analytics. There's a lot you stand to gain. There's a lot you stand to gain. So I'm going to pause here and we will unmute so that we'll get into question and answer session.
All right. Sorry about the glitch again. It went over to you. Let me stop sharing from here. Hello, Itwan.
Hello.
Yeah, over to
Hello, can you? Okay, can you all hear me?
I can hear
Hello,
you.
can you all hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Okay. So once again, apologies for that. I was hoping that I was going to have a live conversation with each and every one of you, but that's not a problem. Okay. So we've already said that we're going to be considering 5 specific tools: Power BI, Tableau, Excel, Python, and SQL. So like I rightly said in the video that these are the high demanded application in the industry currently. Not that we don't have other ones there, but if you're good in each of these, I think you're good, like I rightly said. And if you're now good in all of these, you can compete in the industry. Whatever industry that is of interest to you, you can actually get into that industry and you compete favorably. So I'll give the opportunity for those of you that have questions to ask. so I can attend to the questions. All right. So like one more thing, we also emphasize that it's going to be practical oriented. Okay, we won't talk so much about the theoretical aspect of it. I don't downplay on the theoretical aspect of it, but our emphasis is going to be on the practical aspect of the course. Now, I will also recommend materials for you that you can use to balance up the theoretical aspect of the courses. All right. So our emphasis will be more on projects and the practical part of it. All right. So the floor is open to anyone that wants to ask a question, and I'm here to attend to any question.
All right, thanks, Itwin. So if you have any questions, please, you can start to raise your hand, or you can drop your questions on the chat as well, whichever one is convenient for you. But I'd like to hear from you, so um, I'd like you to raise your hand and ask the question. But if you are too shy to talk to me, you can drop your questions on the chat. But let me just go through a quick recap for those who just joined. Right. All right. So the next cohort will be starting on the 15th of May. I said at the beginning of the session we have 10 slot available for that cohort, but as it is now, we have 8 slot available for that cohort that will be starting on the 15th. Let me just respond to the people online. I believe everyone can hear me, so these people that can't hear me, they should check their audio. All right, so we have 8 slots now for the cohort starting on the 15th. So if you still want to take advantage of any of the discounts, you can take advantage of it. Again, the actual price for the 5 month program is £799 or 900,000 naira. I said there's a 30% discount for anyone that wants to wait till the last minute. Before you register, you can get 30% discount. That will reduce it to 560 or 630,000 naira. Again, you can pay twice. You can start with half payment, and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started. The other category of discount is the 50% discount. For anyone that wants to enroll on or before the 8th of May, you can get 50% discount. That 50% discount, after 50% discount, that will be £399 or 450,000 naira. Again, you can start with half payment, and the other half you can pay within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started as well. And the final discount that we are giving out is a 60% discount, and that is only valid for 24 hours. For anyone that wants to enroll between now and tomorrow night, you can get 60% discount, meaning you can get it for 320 pounds or 360,000 naira. So you have different options to choose from, and this is for those that really knows the value of what they are getting. For those who have done their due diligence and you can see that, oh, I think I'm going to be getting value for my money, if I should enroll with them here. What you should remember as well is when it comes to investment, this is an investment that you are investing in yourself. The money you are using to invest in yourself for 5 months, you can get it back in a day or two, or even worst case scenario, let's say a week. You can get it back, but you can't reap what you don't sow. It's as simple as that. When you invest in yourself, you'll be shocked, the benefits, the rewards that you get from it as well, at the end of the day. So that is the structure, that is the price. I just said the price now, Duru. The actual price is $7.99, but depending on when you are enrolling, you can get 30% discount, 50% discount, or 60% discount. So all depends on the one that you want to go for. Bamidele, you said you sent a message to the WhatsApp number. I'm sure that will be, yeah, it will be responded to after this call. That's to Bamidele. You get a response to, I'm interested in using the 24 hours discount. Yeah, you get a response to that, I'm sure, after this call. All right. So for Duru, yeah, we have 3 different discount available. 30% if you want to enroll on or before. If you are the last minute kind of person, you want to wait till the 14th of May before you enroll, you only get 30% discount, but you can still pay twice. If you want to enroll on or before the 8th of this month, you get 50% discount. You can still pay twice for that one as well. And the final one is a 60%, but only for 24 hours, and you can only pay once for that one because it's 60%. That's a chunk of money given as a discount already. All right. My question is that I'm Abatinafi Adam from Kano State. I developed interest on data analyst since last 10 years. I use SPSS and Excel, but my problem now is I hardly learn online. I prepare in class lesson. How can I cope with this situation?
With this situation, please.
All right, do you want to take that?
Mr. King, are you taking that?
You can take it each one if you want to.
Okay, all right. So that's interesting anyway. So I really don't see any issue with virtual class and on-site. The virtual class and the virtual class is not a pre-recorded class, it's a live class, all right? And the only difference is that it's virtual, while the other one is physical. So the same opportunity you have to ask any question of interest, you can also ask on a virtual class. And the advantage of virtual class is that it's flexible, all right? It's flexible. It's not like an online and on-site class where you are stuck to a physical location and you can access your teacher as frequently as you would like to. But a virtual class, there's no difference as far as I'm concerned. All right. So you have the same access that you have, just that is not physical. All right. So the same question you would have asked if it were to be a physical class, you have the opportunity to ask. All right. So whatever is done in a physical class is replicated 100% in a virtual class and in a much better way at your convenience. All right. So it shouldn't be a problem. So if you can cope with a physical class, you should be able to cope with a virtual class. All right. It's a mindset. Okay. So I don't see any challenge with that. And it's more flexible and it is very, very comfortable for you. So that's my opinion. I don't know if Mr. King has anything to add to that.
All right. Another thing is, things are changing rapidly. And I'm sure one of the reasons you want to embark on this journey as well is you want to leverage on all these remote jobs. If you want to be working remotely with people you don't see, that you only get to see them virtually on the call, on Teams call, or on Zoom call, then you need to get used to this type of life or approach as well. You know,
Exactly.
it will just equip you, better, so that when you eventually land that remote job, it won't be new to you again. You know, so yes, it's not a problem if it's something you want to embark on. As I said, we support you to the best, of our ability. So you don't have nothing to worry about.
Okay, so Mr. King, can I add this? I know this is a question I'm trying to simulate the mindset of an average person. You know, I've had a situation where some people ask me, why do I go for Learn with Pride? Why not Coursera? Why not Udemy? Now, in my early career, I've had the privilege of running a course, multiple courses on Udemy and on Coursera. Those are good platforms, all right. But the advantage you have in Learn with Pride, you can't have it even on Coursera. Because if you're going to learn like data analytics on Coursera, you're going to pay for a specific tool. If you pay for data analysis, they will give you data analysis on Python, data analysis on Power BI, data analysis SQL. You can't have it where all the 5 tools are aggregated and it becomes a single package. No, you won't have it. Even if you're going to Udemy, Udacity. I've done Udacity, I've done Coursera, I've done Udemy. So it is only in Learn with Pride that you can have such privilege where you have all these tools. These are key tools that are put together and you are trained extensively in these tools. Sorry, on these tools. You don't have it anywhere. If you think that I'm kidding, go and check Coursera. Go and check, go and do a survey, and you will come back and discover that this is the only platform where you have such tools put together in one package and an exhaustive training is done. That's a very good package. So I would advise each and every one of you to take advantage of it. And let me also emphasize on this. After you have done the 5 different tools, you can choose to specialize in each of them. You can choose to become an SQL developer. You can choose to become a Power BI developer. You can choose to become a Tableau developer. So these are different specializations, all right? So it exposes you to a lot. So you come out and as a data analyst, you are so equipped such that you don't just limit yourself to the field of data analysis. You can choose to move to another field, like the Tableau developer, like I said, the Power BI developer. You can even choose to become a business intelligence or a business analyst. So these are the advantages that you have on Learn with Pride, because all these tools put together will equip you for whatever role you want to pick up in the data ecosystem in your future. You're trained on Python. Tomorrow you can decide to digress to become a data scientist. You already have a good foundation on it. Because as a data scientist, 90% of the time you're going to use Python. So imagine that you're already equipped, or you choose to become a data engineer. As a data engineer, you're going to use SQL, you're going to see that you're already equipped for the different roles that are existing in. You not find this kind of package. So I just thought I should emphasize on this. Thank you.
All right, thanks. From iPhone, although I would have loved to know your name. I think the challenge with virtual classes is the inability of some instructors to manage the flow of information and respond to every participant satisfactorily. Because of this shortfall, I prefer in class. Again, we can only talk about ourselves. We cannot talk about any other platform that is not Learn with Pride. So let me just say this. Aside the class that runs twice a week, every Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And mind you, every session is recorded as well. And everyone enrolled will have access, will be onboarded on our LMS platform, where you can have access to the recording and go and rewatch it as well. Aside that, this is another thing that it's when, even to my own surprise, that it does for a student. Aside these 2 days, out of his own time, creates additional class, you know, sometimes once, sometimes twice a week, aside the standard 2 days a week. just for everyone to be on the same page. If we have anyone struggling, or if we have everyone still lagging behind, there is room to always catch up. Again, we can only speak about Learn with Pride. We don't know about any other platform. We only can assure you about the quality of what we offer you. And as I said at the beginning, what you see is what you get. There's no hidden fee. There's no, what you see basically is what you get. We don't cock it to black. All right, iPhone. I think you've decided to talk to me now. If it's the same iPhone, you can unmute yourself and talk.
So, Mr. King, please, can I also add to that question?
I think he actually
To.
wants to talk now. He's the one I'm addressing at the moment. I think he wants to add more. So iPhone,
Okay,
over
please,
to
could you go ahead? Okay.
Okay, please go ahead. You want to say something?
Okay, so what I wanted to add, I just wanted to add to what Mr. Akin said. So I don't assume the capacity of the students interact with the students one-on-one, apart from the classroom. All right. So when I interact with this, I follow up with my students. All right. That is one thing I do. I follow up with my students. When I follow up with them, I'm able to know their capacity. All right. When I know their capacity, what I also do is that I also pair them with the students that I know that they have stronger.
The line is breaking.
All right, iPhone, you can go
Mark of
ahead.
the subject of discussion.
It's
So
when
we can.
you are breaking up though.
Hello, can you hear me now?
The line seems to
Hello.
be breaking.
Okay. So what I was saying is that we don't assume the capacity of our students. So I engage our students one-on-one apart from the regular class. So I understand their capacity. If there's need to provide support, additional support, we make provision for that. I make provision for that. So you don't have any problem. So if there are questions that you feel that you cannot ask during the class, I'm accessible. Apart from me, we are talking, like I said, like Mr. Akin rightly said, we are talking for Learn with Pride. I think all the facilitators are accessible. We don't just limit ourselves to the scope of the time that we have our general class. Outside the normal general class, we are accessible. We interact with students. We understand their strengths. We understand how to bring them up to the same level with other students. We provide support structure. All right. So that's that.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. You've been able to answer part of the things I was going to ask, which I had to miss. Good evening. My name is Kamalaye. Okay, so I said what I said based on previous experience, and that's usually my fear. Going for a training, and at the end of the training, everyone is just on their own. They are unable to get additional support, because I'm this type of person that I learn very fast when I'm learning one-on-one directly with the instructor. So I always want a situation whereby I can get additional support, and I'm glad you mentioned that you follow up with your students. Quite all right. So aside the training, what other perks do you offer? Is there Sorry, apologies, I might be taking you back. I joined late, so it's possible you've answered the question I'm going to ask now. So do you provide support regarding how to build CV tailored to the specific role that one wants to have, like the roles that they mentioned, maybe Power BI, Analyst, and all of that? Do you provide support? And also, do you provide reference? I believe on this training there will be a project. Am I right?
That is a project for every tool. There's a project. So that project is going to form part of your. Is going to form your portfolio.
Oh, okay, great. That was what I was.
All right. All right, let me answer your first question as regards what are the benefits you are going to get if you are to enroll on the journey. So you get the practical training, which is for 5 months. You get to work on a project as well. So that means you have 5 different projects in your portfolio that you can showcase to recruiters. You get the mentorship, you get the support, you get interview preparation. And also all our courses, they are CPD accredited, meaning the certificate that you get at the end of the program is recognized in over 60 countries. Right.
Right.
And finally, we give you a work reference for the duration you're with us because you'll be working on a project. So that means when you start applying for a job, you can use us as a reference, on your application, on your CV that you work with us as well. As regards CV revamp, LinkedIn optimization, cover letter, we as a company, we don't do that, but this is what we now do for our students. We partner with another company that does that, and we've managed to negotiate 70% discount for all our students. For all the students coming from Learn with Pride, they give them 70% discount on all those 3 that I just mentioned, which are CV, LinkedIn, and cover letter. I hope I've been able to answer that.
Yeah, you did. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're
No
welcome.
problem.
All right. Thank you. All right, if you still have any other question, please, you can raise your hand as well. But while you're still thinking about that, yes, every session is recorded in case anyone misses any class. Yes. iPhone, the cost is £399. If you want to take up the 50% discount, yes. And that one is
Please,
enrolling.
what's the difference? Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah, and that one is if you are enrolling on or before the 8th of May, then it's £399 and you can pay twice as well. But the 60% discount, so that's 50% discount. The 60% discount will reduce it down to 320, but that is only payable once, and the offer is for 24 hours as well. That is to iPhone as well.
Okay,
Question
please,
1.
please, can I take this one? The person said, please, what is the difference between data science and data analytics? Also, apart from the 5 skills mentioned, what are the other skills for data analytics? So, difference between data science and data analytics. So, data science talks about building of models. Basically, it's building of models, um, prediction models. Okay, while data analysis is all about generating insight from your data for the management or the stakeholders to make informed decisions. So for data science, you may not need business intelligence tools. All right. So what you really need is Python. You need Python and SQL. So the knowledge of Python and SQL is key for a data scientist, whereas for a data analyst, what needs SQL and some business intelligence, knowledge of some business intelligence tools. The knowledge of Python is also an added advantage because you can use it to analyze your data as well. So data science is all about models, building of models and predictions, all right? So that's the difference. So you also ask apart from the 5 skills mentioned, what are the other skills for data analytics? Well, the other skill is communication. You must be able to learn the act of telling stories, all right? because it's one thing for you to come up with a very intuitive report, and it's another thing for you to be able to communicate your reports to your audience in a format that they can implement. All right. So you have to also develop that skill. We are not handling that aspect. All right. So you have to also develop that skill of storytelling, communication, effective communication, so that you are able to pass the information in an effective manner to your targeted audience, so that they can implement whatever insights that you've derived from your data. So communication is key. All right. So communication is key. So something is a skill is a skill that you can develop on your own. Yes, it's a skill you can develop on your own. So that's one of the skills that is not part of the 5 tools that we are handling. Okay. So I think I've been able to sufficiently answer that. Okay. So
Thank
Mr.
you, Tom.
Akin, over to you. Yeah.
All right, iPhone, please unmute yourself. iPhone is, I believe that is a new hand, right? You can unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to drop the hand.
Oh, all right. Benjamin, please ask your question, Benjamin.
Benjamin,
Yes,
Sorry,
yes.
confirm you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good evening.
yeah, we can hear you.
I've been listening from the beginning to now. It's quite interesting topic, and I want to appreciate the presenter for how he made the presentation sound so good and look so interesting. But I have a question which I think may even be sinking in the mind of so many people. You mentioned the 5 key skills that is needed in data analysis, which are SQL, Python, Power BI, Tableau, and Excel. The question now is, how do you know the kind of analysis that each of these skills need? Because I'm seeing this like a duplication. Some of the things that SQL can do, Excel can also do so, and the Python. So how do you know the kind of this skill you are going to apply in kind of experiments or analysis you are doing? Why this is important? The target audience may actually need to understand what kind of skill do you want? What kind of job are you already doing? Because some people listening to you may be actually working with data, maybe in a small or in a large quantity. Knowing this kind of skill, knowing all this application, and knowing the one that we need will be very important. And for me, that's another aspect of marketing, which I think the section should dwell on. Example, if you are talking on Python now, I need to tell people that with Python scale, you can be able to do this, that, and this. Some people don't even know what they want. They just use here data analysis, data science. They are not convinced. If I get this skill now, where did I fit in? Even in my own little level, even if I don't want to work for anybody, you started by saying, these are how much these people can pay you, these people can pay you. What if somebody is not interested to work for anybody? Which actual skill did they want to do? Finally, I know some people now may be in final year in university, where I noticed that during that project time, they do a lot of analysis in their final year projects. Which of this one do you actually need to apply? Because I know this is actually another aspect of giving them money in university. So even as a student, you are in third year, you are not doing analysis for somebody in final year. So if you can just one after the other, based on these skills you stated, which kind of analysis can this one do? Which kind can this one do? Or can all these things do the same kind of analysis? Thank you, and over.
All right, before I hand it over to
Thank you very
Itwen,
much for that. Okay.
before I hand over to Itwen to talk as the expert in the house as well. One thing I want you to take note of is we have different tools, right, that can perform the same thing, right? But it now depends on where you find yourself or the company that you are working for, will determine which one they want to use or which one they are using. We have these 5 tools, right? We are exposing you to these 5 tools. We know there is no way they are going to be using 5 tools wherever you are working to do analysis. You can use all of them to do the same thing. But the thing is, if you know Excel, if you've been using Excel all your life, if you now secure a job and they are using Tableau and they are using SQL and you've never used it before, despite the fact that it can do the same thing, how are you going to cope with that? Right? So the idea behind exposing to all these tools is for people to have a knowledge so that wherever they find themselves, they can use any of these things depending on what they are using, where they are working, or what is required, maybe their uni or whatever. They can use any of these tools, without any problem to do the modification, to do transformation, to do anything they want to do with data. Remember, the content is data analysis. Right. All right. Itwen, over to you.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Akin. So Benjamin. So okay. So the choice of any of these two is one, determined by the environment, like Mr. Akin rightly said, and individual preference. But most times it is determined by the environment. It is same concept, different tools, maybe different features, but the same concept. Some may have advantage over the other in terms of the volume of data it can pull. For instance, if you're talking about Python, Python can handle a huge volume of data at the same time. We call it Excel on steroids if you're talking about data frame, right? So it can handle volumes of data. The same thing with Power BI. For instance, if you load like 100,000 records into your Excel, it will freeze. Do you understand? So if you find yourself in an environment where they are pulling so much data, you can't use Excel. And you're not going to go and give an excuse there. You can't use Excel in that kind of environment. It will freeze. All right. So the same concept, but sometimes different features. But if you're able to use one, you should be able to transition to another. But the advantage you have in learning all of this is that you're fully equipped. You're fully equipped such that if you find yourself in an environment where they are using Power BI, you can easily switch. If you find yourself in an environment where they are using Excel, you can easily switch. If you find yourself where they are using Tableau, you can easily switch. You won't get an offer from a company and you go and tell them, I can't use Tableau, I can only use Excel. They will show you the exit door. Nobody entertains that, all right, because they believe that you are equipped for the job that you're coming for. So it's an advantage. Now you talk about people that the students. For a student, you can use any, but most times students use Python. The reason why they use Python is because for their research work, Python is mostly used for research work. All right. But we're talking about the industry application here. All right. We're talking about the industry application. You can use any of them. You can use any of the tools. So there's nothing like saying you should use this one, you shouldn't use this one, when to use this one, when not to use this one. No. You don't know the environment you will find yourself. In fact, let me give you a simple story. I have been using SQL, I've been using Power BI, I've been using Tableau for like 5 years. I didn't use Excel because I didn't find the need of using Excel. So I didn't even bother myself picking it up to read about um to learn. But somehow in one of the projects that I was exposed to, the person that needed us to do that project emphasized on Excel. It became a challenge for me. I had to took out time to go and learn Excel so that I'll be able to do that project for that person. Not that I couldn't have used any other tool. I could have used any other tool to achieve the same objective, the same thing. But the person emphasized that this is this. So there's this aspect that you need to understand as a data analyst, that you don't determine the format in which you want to consume your report. All right. So it's the end user that determines. The end user determines the tool. The end user determines the format in which they want to consume the reports. The end user can say that I want to consume my reports in this format and I want this tool to be used. You can't go and tell the person, you can't use this tool. This is the tool you're going to use. The only time you can advise is when you know that there's a limitation in using this tool. Like I rightly explained, I said if the data set you're dealing with is much, all right, you can't use Excel because it will freeze. So you can now tell the person, oh, the volume of data set that we are dealing with is much. So this is the limitation that we are going to face if you are using this. So we can now migrate to a better tool that will give us better performance. Do you understand? So that's the whole concept. So exposing you to all these tools is arming you. You are armed. You are armed for any environment you find yourself. You don't have any excuse. You can fit into any environment that you find yourself. Remember, we said that the tools you use is determined by the environment and individual preference. But most times it is determined by the environment. It is determined by the environment. Another thing I want to emphasize is SQL. SQL is a language that an average data analyst must know. Is a language you must know because you will find yourself in an environment where your data sits in a database. If your data sits in a database, you have to understand SQL to be able to pull your data out from the database to carry out your analysis. All right. So we have taken consideration of all this. Mind you, we are not just facilitators. We are people that have been in the industry. I'm currently working in the e-commerce industry, one of the biggest e-commerce industry. All right. So we are not just talking theory, we are talking experience. We have this experience, all right, the industry experience. So we are coming with not just the academic experience or the knowledge experience that we've gained from our studies, but the industry experience is a combination of this. So when we are coming, we are teaching you based on the demands from the industry, based on the knowledge that we've acquired from our studies. So you are well equipped. You're well equipped for the industry. So when you get into the industry, nothing takes you by surprise. All right. So that's the advantage you have with Learn with Pride. The people that are teaching you are already practicing. They have years of experience in practicing what they are teaching you. Okay. So I think I hope I'm able to attend to your question. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Itwan. Because of our time, is the class going to be recorded and shared with the subscribers? Yes, all sessions are recorded and you have access to it through you'll be onboarded on our LMS. That is our learning management system where you can just log in and access the recording. Aside the training, what are the other perks? Please, so you get the practical training, you get to work on a project, you get the mentorship, you get the support, interview preparation. All our courses are CPD accredited, which is recognized in over 60 countries. you get work reference for the duration you are with us as well. All right. What are the other questions? Let me just. Please, what is the difference between? Okay, you've answered this one. All right. So for those that are just joining again, the next course starts on the 15th of May. If you still want to take part, you can. We have 3 different discount offers going on at the moment. The 30% discount, which you can enroll like on the 14th, last minute enrollment. You can still enroll till the 14th. The only but with that is if we don't have enough seats, then you won't be able to enroll. But if we do, then you can still get 30% discount. 50% discount if you're enrolling between now and 8th of May. You can get 50% discount and you can start with half payment. And the last discount is 60%, and that is only for 24 hours. And you only be able to pay once for the 60% discount. Those are the 3 different categories of discount that we have. Again, for those who have, research, called other people, training organization, you understand the benefit of what you are getting from us. We have a community you can leverage on. Aside everything that has been mentioned, community, you need like-minded people on this journey with you as well. So that is what we have. I think that is all the questions on the chart. Any final question from anyone before we call it a day? We now have 7 slots remaining for the cohort starting on the 15th of this month. Any final question from anyone? Again, if you want to enroll, the number on your screen, the WhatsApp number on your screen will be the best number for you to contact for enrollment or for any questions that you may have. So you can take a screenshot, you can save it on your mobile as well, anyone that you prefer. So any final question from anyone? I hope you've been able to gain 1 or 2 things out of these sessions tonight. Hopefully we're going to see some of you on the journey starting on the 15th of this month, and we can rewrite the story together. The thing is, when it comes to investment, the best investment you can ever have is the one the money you invested in yourself, and no matter how much you are investing now, you can be rest assured that you are going to get it in multiple folds in the future. But again, the decision is yours. We are here to walk the walk with you. For anyone who is ready for the journey, we are here to guide. We are here to lead the right way as well. As I said at the beginning, I transitioned as well, so I know what it takes to take someone from point A to point B. So for those who has enrolled so far, it's a journey you'll never regret. For those still contemplating, you can be rest assured that it's a money that will be well spent, that you look back and say, you know what, I spent this money wisely on myself. Thank God I did. All right, so thanks everyone for joining tonight's session, and hopefully I'll see some of you on the journey starting on the 15th. Till then, enjoy your day, enjoy your night, and stay safe out there. Thanks everyone. Have a good evening. The recording will be available on the WhatsApp group and also on our YouTube channel. So if you go on YouTube by this time tomorrow, the recording will be available. Just search for Learn with Pride. You'll be able to see the recording as well. Or if you're on the WhatsApp group already, it will be posted on the WhatsApp group as well. So from me to you, thank you everyone for joining tonight's session, and see you on the other side. Good night. Bye-bye.